On March 25th, 2024, I shared a project on my main account titled Goodbye. Recently, I've been getting bored on Scratch. I decided to make this project to share my plans going forward. I will be taking a break from this website. I don't know how long I will be gone. It's really not up to me. I don't have much time to make this project, so I'll wrap this up. Goodbye for now, Mr. Dankly Legs. However, in the notes and credits was the word help, followed by a strange series of letters and numbers. S.M.E/P/989474764. This represented a Scratch project URL that led to a project on an account called Rock OnStar Animated, titled Help. If you found this project, then I can trust you. Listen close. My latest project is wrong. I'm not bored of Scratch. I want to keep creating, but I can't. I've been threatened via email to stop making projects, or else bad things will happen. This email came from someone with the initials of MO. If you think you can figure out my mystery and help, please do. Thank you, you who have found this project. My hope is in you. Back in early March, an account by the name of Not Mr. Dankly Legs, who had been a big fan of my projects in the past, had logged on and went through perusing my more recent projects. He didn't like what he saw. He left comments saying things like, excuse me, is this supposed to be a good project? Go back to the games. They were better. And, so happy this game isn't fun. On my scoreboard project, after leaving a bad comment saying, you can't even do anything in this project. If there was a dislike button, I would click it. I responded with, I'm sorry you feel that way. If you don't like my projects, you don't have to look at them. I hope you find some projects that you find enjoyable elsewhere in Scratch. To which he replied, rather threateningly, I like your good projects. The games like Spotted. I just don't enjoy the recent projects. I'm gonna start looking into options to respond. I'll carry through with them if you don't improv. He then started looking for hackers he could hire to hack into my account. Not Mr. Dankly Legs quickly discovered a project, now removed by the Scratch team, titled Hacker Skills, created by the user Melon Oyster. The project was advertising the ability to find email addresses and passwords of users on Scratch. All that one needed to do to use Melon Oyster's services was to heart and star the project and follow Melon Oyster, all of which Not Mr. Dankly Legs did, as can be seen by looking in the What I've Been Doing section on his profile. Melon Oyster reached out on Not Mr. Dankly Legs' profile asking, who do you wish for me to hack? To which Not Mr. Dankly Legs responded, at Mr. Dankly Legs. Before I continue, I would like to preface that I own all of these accounts, and no emails were actually sent, nor any hacking actually occurred. I am just telling the story as I designed it to appear. I received a comment on my profile from Melon Oyster asking me about some of my favorite things, in an attempt to figure out my password. I answered them as I had no reason to be suspicious. It was shortly after this point that I received an email signed MO telling me to stop making Scratch projects or else. It was at this point in the story that I shared the project entitled Goodbye, kicking off a massive ARG that I had planned for my next big project on Scratch. According to Lenovo.com, an ARG, or alternate reality game, is a type of interactive storytelling where players come together to solve puzzles and tasks in order to progress through the story arc. These games are typically set in virtual or real-world environments and involve a variety of media such as videos, audio, text, and images. When Not Mr. Dankly Legs saw my project, he responded enthusiastically to it, saying, yes, woohoo, finally! To which I replied, I don't appreciate that. Responding in quite the opposite way, Rock OnStar, a Scratcher I'm friends with, said, well, okay, I understand you. Every now and then I have to take a break too. Hope to talk to you soon. Enjoy your break. However, after some prodding, she found the secret project clued to in the notes and credits. I knew those numbers led to a Scratch project. I will try my best to help you. Delete the comments on the main project just in case. The next day, on March 26th, 2024, a project was shared on the Mr. Dankly Legs account titled Testing Sharing on this account. The project featured Scratch Cat making random sounds and changing colors. The instructions read as followed. If this works, then way to go to Melon Oyster. I can't believe M signed in to Mr. Dankly Legs' real account. The lack of capitalization and spell check resembled the way that Not Mr. Dankly Legs types, making it appear that he had logged into my account and shared the project. This theory was backed up by the singular comment left on the project by none other than Not Mr. Dankly Legs himself. It worked! No way! Woohoo! Rock on Star this project, and the mention of Melon Oyster, and came rushing to tell me about it. I know who it is, I think. At Melon Oyster! They, I think, have access to your accounts. Not this one, right? Keeping in line with the story, I replied. Not yet so far. I don't know if they know it exists. Rock on Star then went on to tell me some things I could do to help get my account back. At this point, I fessed up and said to her that the whole thing was fake. After some back and forth, where she said that it was actually a lot of fun to be a detective, which was my whole goal with the ARG, she told me, although you should know, I might have reported the account a few times. I hope you understand I was not trying to be rude. This turned out to be true, as when I logged into the Melon Oyster account on the morning of March 28th, I had a message from the Scratch team telling me that they had decided to block the account for breaking the community guidelines. I waved this off and simply made a new account called Melon Oyster. I made 2 comments with it. One on Not Mr. Danklylegs' profile. Hey, my old account got blocked, so this is my new account if you need anything. And one on Rock on Stars. You reported me. I know it. Because of you, my old account, Melon Oyster, got blocked. I'm coming for you. On a side note, during all of this, Not Mr. Danklylegs had been sharing the projects he had found in the My Stuff, a few of which Mr. Danklylegs had hidden hints on how to get his account back if something ever happened to it. These projects were key to solving the ARG, but I won't get into the specifics of them here. I'll make another video explaining it if you want to know more. Anyway, I logged in with my main account that evening to check my notifications. Account blocked. The Scratch team decided to block the account. Mr. Danklylegs. Date: March 28th, 2024, 4:56 p.m. This account was blocked because another account of yours was blocked. Please log in as Melon Oyster to learn more. I was mortified. I had never expected this to happen. All I had ever wanted to do was create a fun mystery for others to solve. I hadn't expected any repercussions. At the bottom of almost every page on Scratch, there are a series of links, one of which is Contact Us. I pressed the button, put in my information, and typed out my message. Recently on Scratch, I decided to make a sort of ARG with puzzles for others to solve. I had created a few different accounts to create a Gale storyline for my ARG. The plot was Not Mr. Danklylegs didn't like my projects anymore, so he contacted a hacker, Melon Oyster, to get information about me, Mr. Danklylegs. Melon Oyster then sends me a threatening email for me to stop making projects or else bad things will happen. I share a project saying that I am stopping making Scratch projects, but hidden in the notes and credits is the URL of another project on the account Rock on Star Animated. Rock on Star is one of my friends and she makes podcasts, so I thought that I might animate them. This project says that I'm not really leaving and explains that I recorded a threatening email. At this point in the story, Not Mr. Danklylegs has gotten a hold of my password, not really, as all of these accounts are mine, and shares a project on the Mr. Danklylegs account where he is testing off he truly has access to my account. From there, more projects are shared with clues on how to solve the ARG, but none of that is relevant to my request. Rock on Star, the real one, found the secret project on Rock on Star Animated, but thought it was real. She was telling me to remove the link on the original project and try to help me get my account back. In this process, she reported all of Melon Oyster's comments and projects, which ended up with the account being blocked. After that, all of my other accounts got blocked as well. I am writing this to explain the situation and how no harm was actually being done. Rock on Star now knows that the whole thing was fake. I realized that I wasn't being honest when I made the ARG, but if you could please forgive me and unblock my accounts, I would really appreciate it. I enjoy Scratch and wish to keep creating projects on the site. This ARG was simply my next idea. Along with my main account, Mr. Dangly Feet, Rock on Star Animated, and Oyster Melon were also blocked. However, my MDL friend accounts were not blocked. I don't know why, but I think it's because the Scratch team thought that they were owned by my friends, as implied in the About Me sections. I started using the MDL Friend 1 account as my new main account, thinking that I wasn't evading the block by making another account, because the Scratch team simply hadn't bothered to block some of my accounts. Back before I had started the ARG, I had requested for one of my projects, Spotted on Scratch version 1.5, to be curated, and guess what? It got curated, while I was blocked! And you know what else? The main game loop was broken, and I couldn't fix it because I was blocked. Ah! Sorry, I guess I got a little carried away. Around April 7th or 8th, after not hearing anything back from the Scratch team, I made a forum post titled, "My account got blocked due to a misunderstanding in an ARG and I don't know what to do," that has since been deleted. I don't remember exactly what it said, but I had copied the first part of it into a .txt document in case the forums didn't save properly. You can pause now if you want to read it. I got a response from a fellow Scratcher telling me to be patient, something I did not do. Upon logging in on April 9th, MDL Friend 1 and not Mr. Danglylegs had become blocked. After that, I took up MDL Friend 2 as my main account and just kind of hovered. I helped out a few people on the forums and made a project for school that I highly recommend you go play. The link is in the description. On June 9th, I left for summer camp with Boy Scouts. On Wednesday the 12th, I checked my email on my phone and noticed a message I had received the previous evening with the subject of number 5H3025, unblock request, from none other than help@scratch.mit.edu. Thank you for contacting us about your account. The Scratch website was created to be a safe and friendly place for users of all ages, backgrounds, and programming experience to learn about Scratch programming. When we see users not being honest about their account activity on Scratch, it creates distrust in the Scratch community. Our community guidelines say, be honest. It's important to be honest and authentic when interacting with others on Scratch. Remember that there is a person behind every Scratch account. Spreading rumors, impersonating other Scratchers or celebrities, or pretending to be seriously ill is not respectful to the Scratch community. Moreover, these users deserve a welcoming, supportive, and creative community space, so when we see users who have been blocked and notified so many times, we believe they will not be able to follow our community guidelines in the future. Based on your past history on the Scratch website, your account will not be unblocked. Do not use or make any other Scratch accounts, or send in any further appeals. You are welcome to use the offline editor to make projects, https://scratch.mit.edu/download. Sage, Scratch Team. MDL Friend 2, MDL Friend 3, and Books Plus Art, an account I made for Rock on Star's character, Zelda, are all now blocked. In addition, the Melon Oyster account is straight up deleted. Any attempt to go to Melon Oyster's profile just tells you, "Whoops, our server is scratching its head." I will be doing what Sage has instructed me to. I will not be making another account or sending in any other appeals. I will actually be leaving Scratch for real. This is not the start of another ARG or the continuation of the old one. If you need to contact me, you can always respond to my comment below this video here on YouTube. I check YouTube often and will get a notification if you respond. Waffles MC YouTube has a YouTube channel, Waffles, and is also an active Scratcher. If I need to contact anyone from Scratch, I will probably do so through him. I guess this is it. It's been fun. Goodbye.
Bra 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 bra